I'm complex. I used to play rugby.
I'm a typical teen. I've got a very loving family.
I want to get a good education.
I used to be shy. I want to be a musician.
I want to achieve my goal of going to university and becoming a social worker.
I am a good friend. I used to play the violin and the clarinet.
I want to be a successful businessman after university.
I am a compulsive laugher.
I am sensitive.
A simple, artistic, sweet person.
A young carer is someone who's looking after someone at home. That might be a parent, it might be a brother or sister or a grandparent. And we have a number of young carers that are looking after more than one person, ranging from caring for someone with a physical disability to people with mental health problems, drug and alcohol problems, learning disabilities, a massive range and a load of issues that come from that.
I care for my mum.
I mainly care for my mum.
I care for my mum.
I care for my mum.
I care for my brother.
I care for my mum and dad.
I care for my mum.
I care for my mum. It involves me sorting out medication.
Physical and emotional support.
Making sure that she's feeling alright.
Personal care.
Cooking.
Getting her tablets ready on the morning and night.
Tasks around the house, cleaning and stuff like that.
Going to hospital.
Getting her tablets ready.
Helping her to and from the doctors.
Make sure she gets some medicine. Getting her prescriptions. Basically that she gets everything she needs.
Just caring for her.
These young people are saving the country a fortune, providing care that would normally be provided by health services. They're amazing young people.
I've been a young carer in 11 years.
I've been a young carer for about 9 years now.
I've been a young carer for 11 years.
I've been a young carer for 2 years. I've been a young carer for 3 years.
I've been a young carer for 5 years now.
I've been a young carer for 12 years.
I have been a young carer about 9 years.
I've been a young carer for 5 years.
I didn't really know I was a young carer. For me, it was normal life.
When I was 9, I found a note. The note was in my mum's handwriting. It said goodbye. I was too young to understand. Seeing the panic on my dad's face, I realised it was my mum's suicide note. 999.
Some people are providing a small amount of care, but that has a big impact on them, and others can be providing massive amounts of care, running households, paying bills and dealing with medication. Huge responsibilities, yet manage that really well.
The experience of being a young carer is both good and bad.
Very emotional and stressful.
Extremely stressful. Every day is different.
Responsibility is the number one.
It's quite fun because, well, when you're caring for someone, it's really nice when you make someone happy. Sometimes it's a bit like a roller coaster, up and down, up and down.
It can affect you in so many different ways.
My experience has been mixed. Moments of great joy, moments of sadness, moments of fear.
Quite hard and upsetting and stressful.
Hard because I used to get bullied a lot.
The best thing about being a young carer is new experiences and seeing that my mum and dad are getting better with health.
Cooking the food because I really enjoy being in the kitchen.
You actually make a difference to the person you're caring about.
If she's happy, then I'm happy.
The responsibilities that you have help you learn skills to use at home to look after the person that you care for and that you love.
It's given me a bit more confidence to say what I'm feeling.
You grow up and become a lot more mature quicker.
I didn't know cleaning and cooking and things like that, and now I do, and it's going to be really useful for future life.
From the age of 6 I learnt to cook. Now cooking it's a passion.
You learn social skills as well.
I could run my own house. You know, I run the household as it is now. I cook, I clean, I pay the bills. It makes you take care of yourself more. It helps you to be more compassionate and caring to other people and not to judge them.
Have you ever walked into a room to find your own mother collapsed on the ground, concrete in a smashed cup beneath her? What would go through your mind? Panic? Fear? I was rooted to the ground, unable to respond to what's in front of me. Someone save her, please.
The caring responsibilities that young carers have impacts massively on their aspirations and their future.
People don't understand.
Being a young carer is a full-time job.
And it really society should be aware of it.
It's quite difficult when you don't get the support you need because you're supporting other people all the time. It's quite hard emotionally.
It's quite challenging at times when the person you care for just can't do anything for themselves.
Having to deal with all the responsibility.
Trying to make other people understand that you can't do everything that you want to do and the reasons why.
People not understanding, even specialists like doctors and stuff.
The hardest thing about being a young carer is when they don't understand, and you get bullied because of that, and you get treated differently because of that.
Seeing my parents upset and in pain.
There's so much to do and you don't have enough time.
When I'm at school, one year my mum was really, really ill and I just broke down and cried and they wouldn't let me phone her to see if she was okay.
Being a young carer is difficult, but you learn to deal with it.
Quite a lot of people don't really know and they don't notice.
The lack of awareness is just disappointing.
That's what makes it harder for us, that hardly any other people understand. Most friends tell each other stuff, but I can't tell my friends. I don't think they'd understand.
Unless you've been in that situation, you're never going to truly know.
When I first told my friends, they didn't get it at first, but when they met my mum, they gradually understood.
It's like you're growing up so quickly and you're leaving your childhood behind.
You've had to grow up fast because you've been given this responsibility and you've not chosen it.
Having to deal with the stress and the emotion, it's just really, really difficult. And on top of normal life with like school and homework and things like that.
The experiences I've had through school and otherwise, like trying to find jobs and stuff, they just instantly assume that you're not going to do whatever you're supposed to be there for. Like at school, they would think you're lazy when you're not.
It should be a systematic understanding, and it isn't. It's down to the individuals. So some individuals are fantastic and are really supportive and really understanding of young carers, whereas others just don't get it at all.
Being a young carer does affect being able to do things with your friends.
Because it's so unstable at home, anything could happen at any time.
I don't have time to go out with my friends, and I don't have time to do what they do all the time.
It just limits what I can do.
You have to mix your social life and your teenage life with the really mature responsibilities at home.
Things at home that just take so much more priority.
The hardest thing about being a young carer is time.
Tick, tock, goes the clock. It's tablet time. Tick, tock, goes the clock. Homework, I don't have the time. Tick, tock, goes the clock. It's hospital time. Tick, tock, goes the clock. Friends, I don't have the time.
Research has shown that young carers often don't get support other than from a young carers service, and some of the young carers that we work with have said things like, if it wasn't for the young carers service, I don't know where I'd be.
Found out about the young carer service just over a year ago when the homeschool sports worker from school got in contact with them.
I found out about being a young carer when I was probably about 6 or 7.
I found out about the Young Carer Service when I was 8 years old, when one of my friends got in touch with me and told me about young carers.
3 years ago.
When I was about 9, through the doctors, my mum had just been diagnosed with depression and OCD.
They contacted my sister first because she was going to be the primary carer, but my sister's gone to America now, so I've become the primary carer.
7 years ago, although I wasn't the main carer of the family.
About 5 years ago.
I found out about the Young Carer Service 4 months ago in January because my brother used to be the carer before me.
I don't really remember when I found out about the service. I just remember my mum's social worker getting in touch with a woman I'd never met before, and in the role that you take within your family, you're really nervous about new people, and she spoke to me about what it is I did at home and the responsibilities I had.
I just burst into tears on one of my friends, and I went to see my head of sixth form, and she spoke to me about my home life and what it was like. She said she was going to put me in touch with young carers. Sharon came and she just spoke to me and my mum about what we do. She just said I was a young carer, and I was a bit like, what?
And she just came to me and said, you're a young carer, and at that point in time I had no idea what she was talking about.
The Young Carer Service means a lot to me because they understand.
Well, I think for definite that it has made a positive impact. Through the service I've been able to access different local services that I wouldn't have been able to before, It's helped me in my caring role particularly, and it's led me on to be able to go and do a social work degree, which I definitely don't think I would have been able to do without the support that the service provided me.
It's a break from what I do. I've met loads of nice people and it just really helps.
Time away from home, time to myself.
All the experiences you get to go on, all the fun trips and things like that, it's just so fun, and definitely the friendships and the understanding of the people that work there.
One of the most important things that we can provide for young carers is just to give them a break from the caring role, a chance to be a child and run around and be a bit silly, and at the same time get that peer support.
You don't really speak to your other friends about what's going on. You speak to young carers because they understand, and they've been through it as well.
It's just having someone to talk to, the chance to get away from it all and be the person you know that you are.
Knowing that young carers are there to take the pressure off me, so then I'm not gonna explode.
I think that sometimes the pressure gets a little bit too hard and pushes you that far.
Yeah, it's pushed me too far once in my life before, when my dad passed away, and I had more the responsibility to look after my mum.
It's an escape for many people, but it's also a place to share thoughts and emotions, because it can be quite tense being at home caring for someone.
They make it easier for you, even though your life isn't easy at the moment.
Just going to the Young Carer Service, it allows me to be with my friends, to be happy.
I can't do everything for my mum all the time, and I can't do everything for everybody all at once and all the time, every single day for the rest of my life.
Mixed emotions. My head was all over the place. I couldn't think, I couldn't see straight. I couldn't focus. Why did my mum have to be diagnosed with cancer? Why her? Why us? I just wanted it all to go away.
Teachers can support young carers, GPs can listen to young carers and support them, mental health workers, anyone who's working with children and young people, or their parents can listen to what these young carers are saying.
I would like this campaign to achieve success in the sense that lots of people see it and lots of people begin to understand what young carers have to go through and the kind of help that they can give them.
I hope it kind of opens people's eyes not to judge someone.
For people to be more aware.
Because not many people know about it and they don't really understand.
Especially children that go to schools, because they don't know, and then if a carer gets bullied, it makes their life even worse.
People understanding more about the difficulties that kids have to go through with looking after a sibling or parent.
For people to understand, like the doctors and teachers, that we are here and we do need to know things, and they also need to understand our situation.
Let them see what it's like and let them know how hard it is.
They're young people first, although sometimes their life is harder than other young people. They've got all the same needs in there. I know that in the city of York there's lots and lots of hidden young carers that we don't know about and we could be helping.
I'd like people who don't know that they're in this situation to come out, because it's a hard thing to admit that you have this responsibility.
I'd like this campaign to achieve more awareness.
Change the perception of young carers.
Change the stereotypes that young carers are given.
Instead of seeing young carers as just sob stories looking for attention, they see us as real people who just have difficult circumstances.
There is thousands of young carers in the country. Some of them don't even know they're a carer themselves.
To think that there are people out there that are in the same position, it just makes you want to help them the way that we've been helped. They just need to be found.